In this video I'm going to show you how to build a basic platform. Doesn't sound that exciting, and it probably won't be. However, I think it's a very useful thing to just build a nice and clean platform, because there are several nice applications for using one. Okay, so for this demonstration I'm going to pick an area in the forest. Yeah, I think somewhere over here looks nice. Yeah, I think I'll build it. Yeah, this looks like a nice place. I'm also going to build it in a way so it's aesthetically fitting into the environment. Nah. See, this happens if you play on a full difficulty zone. Okay. Okay, so where was I? Okay, basic platform. Now, one of the purposes of a basic platform is it gives you a slightly elevated place in the middle of the forest, which I think it looks really nice, and gives you some protection from cannibals trying to steal your things. And it just looks nice, I think. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to determine the orientation of it by placing the first two logs. And I want it to be a relatively short one, so I'm just going to cut them in half. Because for me, aesthetically, I think it makes more sense to build something that blends into the environment. So it looks slightly like somebody with limited tools would build in some rainforest. I want to make this a 4x4. I'm going to extend it in that direction too. So again, the cool thing, if you use it like that, the game will automatically detect what you want and will shortcut it like this. Okay, then I want to expand it up here too. I wonder if that tree trunk is going to get in the way. I think it's one of the main things in this game why it's so fun. You can just walk out in the forest and interact with the game world in this unbelievable way. And I think it's some primal thing, just chopping a tree down and making something out of it. It's sort of the key of this game. Like, it's a high level of interactivity with the environment. You can just go into the forest, chop down trees, collect things, build something. Yeah, let's see. Will this here function? Yes. Does here function? I hope so. It's one of those games, since I installed it, like I don't play it much to win to complete the game. And I think some systems in the game are seriously underdeveloped. Sometimes you just want to go into the forest and chop a tree and do something with it. I think building these small platforms, I think it's a bit more enticing for me than building these gigantic towers out of something. Oh no, where's that not parking? Weird. Yeah, I hope that tree trunk isn't getting in the way here, because then the whole build is right. We're going to see in a moment if it's going to work or not. This one is troubling me. okay, this might fix it. Now, is that going to work? Yeah, technically, I'm getting what I'm wanting here. Yeah. I got a 4x4. I hope I can. Yep, that fixes it. This. Because I'm playing this on a save where I'm actually still using enemies on normal difficulty, and I built my shooting range over there from the previous tutorial you might have seen. And they lost quite a few cannibals trying to get to that thing, so I think they might be launching an attack really soon. I think when the platform is complete, I'm also going to show you how to make it a bit prettier so it fits better into the environment. Yeah, we get the basic shape down, and we can fill it out. Really play that music from Red Dead Redemption when one specific character is building a house. Don't just say who is building it because of spoilers. I think what also makes the forest unique, it actually makes use of some relatively high-end game engine in terms of the way the forest looks. We don't have this blocky Minecraft world, we actually have some somewhat photorealistic lights and shadow. I also think the game gets a bit too easy once you get used to how the AI functions. Like when you get bow and arrow and you practice a bit, hopefully with a nice tutorial, then it's actually almost too easy. You can just walk up to them, hit them with an arrow, and that's it. I think the game should have some more dangerous, unpredictable enemies. Oh, that's one of my precious arrows. It's actually relatively hard to get. You have to get to a printer to actually make them. So, usually get angry if I'm chasing a cannibal with arrows, trying to kill it, and you hit him with 3 or 4 arrows, and it runs off into the forest with the arrow still attached to him. Okay, so we filled out the basic platform. The main purpose of that thing is, I think it just looks nice, like putting it in the forest like that. Gives you some elevated space. So for example, you can then put, say, a drying rack up here. A bit of elevated. And I'm going to try to pretty it up a bit so it looks a bit more blended into the environment. I'm going to, now if you build it higher, you can just use a rope and it makes it really difficult for cannibals to get up to it. But in this case, I'm just going to make it a staircase. I'm going to put it up. Should I put it up here? And I'll put it, I'll put it down here. Okay, now you can, if you click it like this, you're just making a ramp, okay? But I don't want to make a ramp, so I'm going to show you how to make stairs instead of a ramp. It's sort of obvious once you know how to do it, but the instructions in the book are not really that clear. Okay, so you take 1/2. Now here's the thing, that's a ramp. Now you right click, notice the arrow changes slightly into a staircase, because now it's horizontal. Now I'm going to use a ramp. And the effect is almost the same in terms of the way you can traverse over it. I just remember when I first tried to make stairs, I didn't figure it out. It took me a few days to finally get it. I think I'm going to upgrade the platform with some small railing. I'm going to get some trees. Actually, for aesthetic purposes, I'm going to leave this part open. Throw this one away. Yeah, I think, I like this one. It fulfills what I was planning to do. create a small platform in the middle of the forest that organically blends into the forest. Then it has some slight elevations, so enemies will have difficulty to just climb onto it to steal stuff. And it gives you a bit of calmness, because you know you're in a slightly elevated space and you're not on the forest floor, in case something comes to attack you.